when I look back at those times, there really was no stone left unturned that for us to be successful. Yeah. And we were probably the leading team at the time in terms of how we prepared for games and campaigns, and the measures that we went to ensure success followed us. And the Manga was one crucial example of that there. And the management team that Joe assembled and put together was another crucial aspect of it. And it was just really and truly, it was made easy for us from a manager's point of view, that everything was laid out for us just to go and perform and play at our maximum best. And while all the nuts and bolts of it was done by Joe and his management team in the background.
He came in the winter of 2001. He was appointed, I think, November 2001. And what's your memory, Stephen, of the 2002 Ulster Championship, when that great summer started for you?
Yeah, well, we had a decent league champion. So we did in 2002, and so we get into a winning habit early on with Joe, and then there was a good gap, maybe a 6 to 7 week gap between league and championship, and as it was always the case back then, and so it gave us plenty of time to prepare and get ourselves right for the opening round game against Tyrone. And in that time, Joe decided to take us away to La Manga. We were heavily criticised for it at that time, and we often remember going up the hill in Clones where we were going over to the warm-up pitch, and supporters from Tyrone asking us where our tans were, and Tyrone were expected to win that game. They were favourites going into that match. They'd won the National League, and they had a young team that had tasted All-Ireland success at under 21 level, so they were coming really strong at the time as well. And we were seen as probably a spent force, but we were a very hungry and driven team as well. And we drew it Tyrone that first day out, and a lot of people thought that we missed the boat, but to come back in the replay and beat them, I suppose made people realise that we were a force to be reckoned with once again. And we seen that as a massive step in not only our confidence, but a massive step towards us trying to regain an Ulster title again, because Tyrone back then in reality were our main rivals and competitors, and if we could overcome them, then we would automatically become the favourites to win Ulster.
What would you say, before we move on to what happened in Ulster final in 2002 and that, what would you say was the main benefit of La Manga? Was it the bringing together of the team?
Well, there's different aspects of it. When you're away like that there, you're afforded the opportunity to get in 2 training sessions per day. So we trained early in the morning. You've got all the proper food. You're eating properly for a full week. Everything's laid out for you. Then you're doing a proper training session in the evening. You're getting good recovery sessions in the pool. And not only that there, then and evening times were spent analysing our opponents as well, and having team meetings, and that was crucial, because we really seen it as an opportunity to really gain an advantage over our opponents in terms of where their strengths lay, where their weaknesses lay, and it allowed us an opportunity to watch plenty of footage on them as well, and not only on them, but to watch footage on ourselves and what we were good at too. So it was a real opportunity for us to analyse our opponents, an opportunity for us to analyse ourselves, but also to get in 10 to 12 valuable training sessions. Where if we were at home, we would have only managed maybe 3 in that period of time.
Yeah, it's sort of, come back to what you said about Joe Kernan, he was just making sure that there was no stone left unturned in the preparation. And like, you come in then to the Ulster final in 2002, Stephen, and what's your memories of that?
Yeah, well, we were playing Donegal, and the last time before that we had played Donegal in the Ulster Championship was in '99, I believe, and we were fortunate enough. We got an early enough goal. I think Jimmert took a shot that was half blocked down, and it bounced in front of Tony Blake, and I'd say Tony regrets it to this day. He probably should have come out and beat the bounce, but it bounced in front of him. It was an awkward enough bounce to come off the crossbar and rebound it back, and John McAtee followed in and palmed it to the net. So that got us up and running. It put us maybe 3-4 points up on Donegal early on in the game, so it allowed us to gain a stranglehold on the game early on. And yes. I really felt that we were comfortable throughout that Ulster final. If truth be told, we always felt that if you can get an early start on Donegal, then they wouldn't have had the mentality to get themselves back into the game, and we just seen the game out. So we did
4 points, I think, was won that by. Well,
yeah, 4 points, yeah. And for us, it was an important statement to say that we've won 3 Ulsters out of the last 4 now. We're going to the All-Ireland stage, but there at the same time there were still maybe doubts throughout the country that current Armagh team couldn't go to Croke Park and get a result, and but we were fairly confident that we could. We were never too far away from getting a result in Croke Park in the 3 previous years, so it was just a case of going in with the confidence, the renewed confidence that Joe had instilled in the players, and taking that into Croke Park. And Ulster Championships are never too easy won.
No.
And if you can win an Ulster Championship, you've always earned it. And what I always say, some of the defenders that mark in the Ulster Championship are some of the tightest that you've ever been marked by.
Space. That's very limited space.
With limited space as well. So if you can perform there, you can certainly perform in the more open spaces of Croke Park against defences that probably won't mark you just as tightly.
Yeah.